Well, hello there, my Virgo collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Cancer to new moon in Aquarius, January 2020. Happy New Year. Yay, we made it. Made it to the new decade. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and really, really proud and happy to be doing these readings for you, considering I am a Virgo sun. Yay, we're going to have so much fun considering that it's waning moon. Well, you know, we are ruled by the intestines, the elimination process, so time to let go. We're usually pretty good at it, right? The filtration systems of the body. So, before we dive in, the full moon in Cancer is January 10th. The new moon in Aquarius is January 24th, so a perfect 14 days, 2 weeks, exactly how it's supposed to be, for us to let go, break down, and erode whatever needs to go to make room for the new to come in at new moon and then waxing moon. A couple of things before we dive into the reading. We're only going to be pulling 6 cards, one from 6 different decks, so we get a nice little overview from the different voices of my pantheons, angels, gods, masters, higher selves, and all that stuff. We're going to have a little peek from each of those. But a couple of things I want to clarify before we dive in. First of all, this is a general read. It's not supposed to fit everybody all the time, right? Which is why I do sun, moon, rising signs for What Do I Need read, so that you can check your other signs and get little pieces of the puzzle. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. Madonna. So, you know, it is a mystery. We don't know what's going to happen. Even the best readers, you know, the best divination systems are never going to tell you exactly how things are going to go down. So you follow the clues like a detective on a mystery. Right? So please do check your other signs. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I mean, we're Virgos. It's what we do. We absorb the intestines. We absorb what works, and we let go. We poop out what don't, right? So please keep that in mind. Because here's the deal. This can be very triggery stuff, particularly looking at the waning part of the moon. Dark moon, the 3 days before new moon, can be a little intense. I tend to lay low as a Virgo, right? So just it's better to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you are new to my channel, please do like and subscribe. I'm making my way to 1,000 subscribers with the promise of when I get the ability to do super live chat, which is 1,000 subscribers and above, I will do a little thing called Drunk Tarot, and I have a video in the description box right underneath us here to clarify what Drunk Tarot is. It's a lot of fun. I don't do it that often, so I thought that would be a nice incentive for people to come along for the ride. Cool. So please do check out that vid as well. All the decks that I read are also in the description box, as well as I really curate my description box every single time I do a new series. So go have a look. There's good stuff down there. Cool. Even my Facebook group called Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. You can subscribe. It's a closed group, so no one knows you're in it. And we have a lot of fun. I actually stream there on Facebook rather often. Cool. What else? Please remember to breathe. I have to remember to breathe. I mean, we're going to breathe anyway, but there's something about bringing your deliberate attention to your breath, breathing deliberately and consciously, that brings you into the present moment, where the point of power is. Point of power is always in the present moment, Louise Hay. I don't know if she said it first, but she's the first one I heard it from back in the 80s. I'm 51. I've been reading cards since I'm 12. You feeling me? Yeah. So that's why I can have some more fun with this than most people, because I've seen some shit that would make your hair stand on end in the spiritual community, but that's for another book that I will write someday, right before I die. So if they sue me, they'll have to come after my estate, not me. So I have to go through all my lawyers. That being said, as I'm breathing, connecting myself to the chi, the prana, the guidance, and the grace, and you're doing the same, we're essentially tuning ourselves to the same vibrational source. So while I am translating that vibrational source energy through clairvoyant empathy and into words, for you, you are also vibrationally tuning yourself to it. So you get both the internal experience of your own alignment with the moment, as well as whatever's flying the fuck out of my mouth at you, right? So that you can really feel which part of it is for you and which part of it isn't, because they're general reads. You want a specific read, contact me. If you're on Long Island, I'll meet you. You can come to the house. I actually have 2 spaces that I work at publicly that I can read out of. But if you have Skype or Facebook Messenger, I can do it that way too. Cool, cool? I'm such a Virgo. I work hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. So let's get down to work here. Nice deep breath, and let's dive in for us Virgos. Here we go. Oh, lovely breath. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, my included, because I'm a Virgo sun, please. What is the dominant archetype, Caroline Myss archetype card, for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising signs for this full moon in Cancer to new moon next in Aquarius? What's our dominant soul power that we will be alchemizing from lead to gold over these next 2 weeks? It's my middle name, Angel. I'm Mark Angela Lyons, the angel archetype. Yay! Now, the shadow side is the demon, right? So let's get clear about this, right? Every archetype is shadow and light, lead and gold, neutral. In other words, it tends to balance itself out that way. That's what neutrality is, right? It's neither good nor evil. It's sort of both, right? So our job is during the waning moon to kind of clear this stuff up. That's why I like the language of alchemy, lead to gold, because lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the scientific periodic table, right? So 3 have to be burned off, transformed, transmuted, healed, if you like, in order to move from the lead to the gold. So let's look at the lead, the shadow attribute of the angel archetype. Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. It's not great. I've seen it happen up close. Not pretty. Falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. And really, you could say angels and demons. What is the difference between an angel and a demon? By the way, if you have not watched Good Omens, Terry Pratchett, Neil Gaiman, what they did for the show, the series, brilliant. The book is amazeballs. I actually did an unabridged version of it on audio. It was amazing, right? So so that idea, right? Like, what's the difference between an angel or a demon? Intention, essentially. Otherwise, it's the same divine energy. It's true with all archetypes, though. I just think that one's an obvious one. So the light aspect of the angel archetype, helping those in need with no expectation of return, which is not easy in our society, right? Because we also have that thing of equivalent exchange. But when you help somebody with no, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I had turned that down. You know, I have so many things I have to checklist. I'm a Virgo. I just sometimes forget. Old age, middle age. That when you give with no expectation of return, it's not like, oh, good karma. It's the quantum field. You get what you need, even if it's just the next breath, right? That if you look at it that way, it's like, I'm going to give and I'm going to receive, most of the time not knowing what I'm receiving. It allows you, oh, here's the corny part, to find your wings, to take things lightly, to hover above. So keep an eye on that angelic, and keep in mind the original meaning of the word angel means messenger of light, shining messenger. It's from Hebrew, from the Hebrew language. So keep that in mind. What, particularly because we're going to ask the angels in a minute, but first we're going to ask the masters using the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack Baby, Love Pack, Love Baby, that's where it's at. Half the deck, the problem suit, the womp womp cards, the Debbie Downer deck, so that we get a little more insight into that shadow attribute, right? So that we can kind of identify, well, okay, what will that look like? What do I need, right? It's a what do I need read. What do I need to keep my eye out for? So we're going to do that now. Take a nice deep breath. Ah, my masters, you who understand the human drama more than most, please, we're just got a weird little chill in my chest on that one. Please, my masters, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising sign. Please clarify this shadow attribute of the angel archetype for us. What do we need to keep an eye out for, whether it's our own shadow attribute or someone else's? What do we need to look at? It's a trap! Okay, feeling trapped, right? Feeling trapped, setting a trap. We know what it likes to feel trapped. And what's interesting about the depiction in this card is this lady, she's wearing a dress, I'm just going to guess it's a lady, considering it's a drawing, it is behind bars, but it's only like bars. There's no walls around her. She could walk right around them, but she can't reach the key. So she can't, even though she could walk right away, she can't. She can't reach the key. You get it? It's the mental stuff that we go through, right? It's the repetitive patterns. It's the things we came in to heal. That we feel trapped does not mean we are truly trapped. How many of the traps are we in purely of our own imagination, right? Well, if I do that, this will happen, and this will... We draw conclusions, and that can very easily bring us to a place of what? Acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. We can feel trapped into that. No, I'm great. I'm fine. And meanwhile, like, oh, get out of here. Yeah. So keep an eye on that, because we are the liberators. You just have to love whatever you're feeling when you're feeling trapped. I love the one who feels trapped in me. Yeah, it may freak out, but that is the process of liberation, is loving whatever rises. Not that not that you love being trapped, but that you love whatever feelings come up when you feel trapped, because that's why you're in a situation, why you appear trapped, so that those emotions can come up to be healed and loved. That's the angelic way of doing it. Speaking of angels, let's use the Doreen Virtue Healing with the Angels Oracle for a little piece of angelic clarity. Nice deep breath, please. Exhale first. Empty the lungs. Makes the inhale bigger. Oh, my angels, please. One card in clarity for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do we need for this full moon in Cancer to new moon in Aquarius, considering we've got the angel archetype and trap, and an angel trap, like a Venus flytrap, an angel flytrap. Please, my angels, one card in clarity, healing with the Angels Oracle. Please, what do we need? What do we need, this Virgo collective, for this full moon to new moon next? Trust. The angel of trust. To trust that this is all part of the divine plan, that you incarnated as a soul. You were chosen to play the role of the name that you have, right, in the body that you're in. From the quantum field, the infinite appearing to be the finite, right, like playing a role, like an actor getting hired, to have every experience possible, lifetime after lifetime, right? So every emotion, so to feel trapped is absolutely part of the human condition. I mean, some people are literally trapped financially, politically, right? In jail, trapped in relationships, trapped in jobs they hate, right? And those emotions, as you love them, you transmute them not just for you, you heal them not just for you, but because in truth you are the quantum field, you heal it for the entire quantum field. Little by little by little by little, we're all doing that. Cool? So that's really, think about being an angel that way. I'm going to feel what I got to feel here in order to uplift and to serve, right? Helping those in need with no expectation of return, but, you know, the law of equivalent exchange. Full Metal Alchemist. Just saying. Yeah, I heard you. Somebody went, whoa, cool, dude. Yeah. I'm 50, but I ain't that fucking old. I love me some anime. What we're going to do now is we're going to get one Daughters of the Moon tarot card, usually used for the voices of the goddesses when I use the other tarot deck that I read with for YouTube. The Mythic Tarot I do for the gods. This time they told me, nope, gods and goddesses all in the Daughters of the Moon. So let's get a tarot in the center of this puppy, shall we? Nice deep breath. Like the best I can do is remember to breathe right before I pull a card. My gods and my goddesses, please, one card in clarity for this Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. What do we need for this full moon in Cancer to new moon in Aquarius, considering we've got the angel, trap, and trust? Trust that somehow this is happening for us. Trust that somehow this is for the well-being of all, that there is something on the other side of this feeling trapped. And there are a couple places in my life where if I really went there, I could feel trapped in certain repetitive things going on. It seemed to Groundhog Day a little bit. So please, my gods and my goddesses, please, a clue, a tip, a hint from the tarot, please, for this Virgo collective, this full moon to new moon next. The Death card, the Phoenix, rising from the ashes. Well, going to or rising from, but this is definitely the Phoenix in ascent, right? The rising from, the ascension from the ashes. So that we are going through a process of transformation. Now, please, if you don't know this, let me tell you now, death card rarely ever fucking means actual physical death, leaving the planet. And really, even in the traditional tarot structure, this is not traditional tarot, though it follows the similar structure. The artistry is a little different. It's card number 13, the death card, halfway, about a little more than halfway through the major arcana. So it's not the end, it's a transition, it's a transformation. Like, you can have, oh, don't we all just love cookie dough, right? But once you bake it, you can't go back, right? It's like that. Hence, cookies hopefully don't rise from ashes. Hopefully they don't fully go to ashes, but you get the idea. There's that element of heat, right? That transforms. You can't unburn a cookie. You can't unbake a cake, right? It's a chemical transformation. So we're looking at an alchemical transformation here over the next 2 weeks or so. So it is a death process for us, and it is a major arcana card, and this is probably a bigger deal. So know that the trap here is almost like a crucible in a furnace or in a kiln, right? Like if you're going to take clay and bake it to make it solidified and hardened, it has to be held in place. So to trust that this trap is for our highest good and the well-being of all, because we are being transformed. Not saying it's pretty, don't have to like it, but just trust that it's going down for a purpose. Let go. I have let go of everything happens for a reason. I mean, I'll use it colloquially with somebody in a conversation. But reason is a human thing. Purpose is divine, right? Divine purpose, divine plan. Practically, well, they are the same thing. The divine purpose and the divine plan are a mystery to us, because why in the world would we want to remember what we set up before stepping into, right? Like an actor has to forget their acting if they're really good actors. He said while grabbing a sip of coffee. Thank you, Verissimo. My Sumatra pods, I live off them. I would chew them if they weren't made of plastic. We're going to ask the Whispers of Love Oracle. Sorry, that was upside down. The Whispers of Love Oracle. The voices of the higher selves, mine included because I'm a Virgo, right? Let's see what we need. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved, please, one card in clarity for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, rising signs. What do we need this full moon in Cancer to new moon next January 2020? We got the Angel, we got Trap, we got Trust, and we've got the Phoenix, the Death card. What say you about all of this, the higher selves of all involved, please? What do we need? We need to demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it, right? So demonstration, to be demonstrative, to act upon, to show, to demonstrate. So that can be absolutely towards ourselves, because when we're going through a Phoenix transformation, yes, the angel in us may very well be willing to help people. We're Virgos, we're the servants of the zodiac. But to make sure that we're not playing a role where inside we are being eaten alive by our own pain, right? So that's another thing. You become the martyr, which leads to being demonic. All of that frustration builds up and you end up doing really toxic shit without realizing it until afterwards. It's called being possessed. Read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. I mean, he talks about it in many other books. But the idea of being possessed by pain, Tolle even says, if somebody is possessed by pain and they commit murder, did they actually commit it? And he says, no, they were possessed by pain. So think of that in terms of the angel and the demon, the higher self, not the lower self, but the pain body, which is collective. So it's being transformed. So to demonstrate love to ourselves as well as to others, make sure you're in the equation. We can forget that. We can, I'm not going to say that we're the only signs that can martyr Virgos. I mean, Capricorns are fucking genius at it too. Really, the earth signs are a little known for it. Any sign can martyr. And, there is a martyr archetype. It's in the deck. Light side of the martyr is wonderful. It's suffering for a cause, right? It's the transcendent nature of service and suffering for a higher cause. All the great masters had that one, right? So we don't have to martyr this when we can demonstrate love, right? And even if that is the inner child work of talking to the emotional body, the heart chakra, as the inner child, and just say, honey, I love you. What can I do to serve you? More candy. Oh, sweetheart, I love you too much for that. We can have a Tootsie Roll, but we're not going to eat the whole bag. Please, you put a bag of Reese's peanut butter cups in my house, they'll be gone in 10 minutes. I will eat them like Frisbees, throwing them in my... No, 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 I love you, I love you, I love you. Let's breathe. I'm here. No matter what comes, no matter what goes, I love you. I am here. You will never be alone again, though you can feel lonely. You have that conversation like it's a 5-year-old in the center of your chest, right? Demonstrate love, and then anything that is inspired after that to demonstrate love for another or to yourself, go with it. Be sane, but go with it, right? Be grounded, but go with it. And that's why our last card down is from the new deck that I got, the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Yay! There he is on the back of the book. Hay House author, but really it was his YouTube that made him famous. He may not be world famous yet, but he will be. Just have that feeling. I'm really good at spotting talent. It's a gut thing. Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N, Matt Kahn, All for Love. Go check out his stuff. I was watching one of his videos before on the Divine Plan. It's called The Divine Plan. Really, really good stuff. He's deep. He's deep, but he uses an F-bomb every now and again. You know I love that. Isn't that fucking great? So what we're going to do, we're going to ask the Ascended Masters, we're double dipping with the Masters today, to get a healing mantra to help us with this waning moon, new to full to new moon. On one side of the card is the name of the mantra, on the other side is the mantra itself, and in the Tiny Data booklet, there's some cool stuff that he adds in the booklet that I'm going to read for us too. I have been so benefiting from this deck. As I've said in every video so far, they are my cardboard lightsabers. They just like cut right through stuff. But a mantra must be practiced and repeated, different than an affirmation though. And he actually talks about what mantras are in the beginning of the booklet. I highly recommend it. Anyway, ready? Let's do this. Breathe. Oh, it's like cleaning the slate. It feels so good. One more. Oh, my masters, please. One card in clarity for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising sign. What do we need for this full moon in Cancer to new moon next in Aquarius, January 2020, considering the angel archetype, the card of the trap, the card of trust, the Phoenix card, the death card, and demonstrate love to ourselves and to others, probably to ourselves first, like put on the mask yourself before you put the mask on the little one next to you. So please, my masters, what is a healing mantra that we can use, the perfect healing mantra for the Virgo sun, moon, rising signs this full moon to new moon next? There we go. Don't even know what it is. I don't peek. Peeking now. Cultivating courage. Hot. I like this one. So that's the name of the mantra, cultivating courage, a little alliteration, which I love. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. And that is true. Like if you've ever been in an emergency situation and all of a sudden you're sort of slammed into the present moment and you just kind of do it, right? Because people, you know, you'll talk to people who've like rescued people off bridges and shit. And they're like, well, I didn't have any other option. That was just what was right in front of me, right? So this is cultivating that sort of courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. Cultivating courage. Let's get that from the book, shall we? Cultivating courage. In any given moment, I always know exactly what to do. Take a nice deep breath. When courage is cultivated, you are aware of your choices and able to pinpoint your most inspired options with accuracy and ease. Such options may not always match up with the things you want, but they will always give you the exact experiences you need to further evolve your soul, right? So it's not, the personality doesn't know what to do, the soul does. As you cultivate courage, you are stepping into a new frontier of soul expansion, where life has permission to guide you forward into the fulfillment of your long-awaited destiny. Understanding that sometimes that is through some really hard shit. When else do you need courage? Right? Is it when everything's going your way and you're getting what you want? No. It's about saying, okay, in any given moment, I know exactly what to do. I just have to be in the moment, right? And not thinking about the future and regretting the past that got you into the present. Breathe. I swear the breath is so everything. Where are we without it? No longer in body. This mantra is ideal for breaking old habits, rock and roll, deepening your focus, and following your heart. Perfect for a waning moon to really follow the voice of the soul. So putting this together, that angel archetype, right? Really means messenger of light, right? A shining messenger. To really help those in need with no expectation of return, even if that means serving yourself. Now, as Virgos, as servants, we sort of do that automatically. So really beware the tendency here, acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Really not great. But an angel that feels trapped has to trust, right? That they are in some sort of transformative process. Why else would the divine plan have us ever feel trapped? Unless we needed to have that feeling to free it from not just our own personal emotional baggage, but from our ancestral DNA going back to Adam and Eve. Oh, look, I just went Old Testament. You know what I mean? It's like we're clearing it for the collective. Everybody's feeling trapped on some level, socioeconomically, or in a relationship. The idea of being trapped is certainly not new. So as we are clearing that, asking nothing in return except what will come from that transformation as we demonstrate love, we will cultivate courage, and in any given moment knowing exactly what to do. In other words, we're going to be liberated. Now, that is up to us. It's always a question of time versus intensity, right? If you go really, 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 really slow, you'll barely notice it. It's gradual. A lot of people opt for that, and I get it. But I have to tell you, I've been on the path for so long, I'm like, let's go. I'm such a New Yorker. Wow, did I sound like my mom there? Let's go. Let's get this over with, right? It's like the Band-Aid. Now, I have hair all over my body. I'm not a bear. I'm a lion, a Archangelo lion. So, you know, you put a Band-Aid on that shit, right? It's just rip it off. just get it over. Instead of hair by hair by hair by hair by hair. So really, really wonderful reading, particularly that at any given moment I always know exactly what to do, because it's so funny, the word courage, the French word for the heart is the cœur, so it really does mean to follow the heart, and that's even in the book, right? Helps you to follow the heart. Courage, mon ami, courage. Et fromage la courage. Oh, may the Virgo collective, sun, moon, rising signs be blessed with everything that they need. This full moon in Cancer to new moon and Aquarius. May they be blessed with everything they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to rise, to untrap themselves, to transform, to be the best that they can be, and fulfill their roles in the divine plan. And may it begin with me for the well-being of all. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please do check out the videos and the links in the description box below. And by all means, like, subscribe, comment below. I love when people comment. I don't always respond to every single one, but I make sure I click on them unless they're a little You know, if they're a little I'm like, I don't know that I want to support that, but I'm not going to delete it either because I'm a free speecher, right? But, you know, hit the notification bell, whatever. And do watch the Clarifying Drunk Tarot. It's my favorite video of 2019. I fucking love that video. I may watch it again myself because this is my last one for today. I'm doing 3 a day, right? So yesterday I did Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Today I did Cancer, Leo, Virgo. And it gives me 2 more days, plenty of time before full moon, and then I will dive into the Path of True Love reads. Very excited for that too, for January 2020. And thank you so much for watching and following along. My beautiful, magnificent Virgo brothers and sisters, sun, moon, rising signs, may you be blessed with all that you need, and as ever, I sign off. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.